All right, everybody, today we are going to work with Annie once again. It's going to be day 2. So yesterday was a fantastic day, getting her saddle on and walking around, do a bit of groundwork. We even went out for a little walk on the trail. So I brought her into here. I'm just going to show you guys straight, fresh. We haven't done any groundwork or anything. What I would be doing and thinking about, I am going to be fixing the audio, because even when I was editing the one before, I was like, this is way too much work. So I now have a microphone on, and hopefully this will be better. Something got her worried. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so let's go get her, get the saddle on, and continue on with the process of working with her with the saddle on. Come here, Annie. Come here. She's not letting me catch her. Just 2 seconds. So, what do you do when a horse doesn't let you catch them? You follow them and cut them off and see if you can finally get the head instead of the tail. Hi, Annie. Thanks for waiting. Finally, it's a little more walking than I wanted to do, but here we are. She's looking out into the forest. Can't help but wonder if there's anything there. I think not, but who knows? Okay, all right. Let's head back up. So, in some cases, you could look at something like this and think, well, she's a little skittery. Should I move her feet? Such a common solution to a perceived problem of a horse not being able to keep you in mind or something like that. And I'm of the opposite mindset. I don't think that she needs to move her feet so much as she needs to quiet down and sort of connect up to what my feet are doing. So I might work on a little bit of scratchings. I might work on grooming, which we actually have to do. So, Annie, don't touch. Don't touch. Back up. Thanks. So we'll give her a bit of a brush, because this is what we're going to be doing every time. We give her a bit of work, and because we don't want the saddle to be on her back with any sand or gravel or whatever she's kind of put on her back. Mud could be. And it's just like having a bit of sand in your sock or your shoe, and it becomes really irritating. We just don't want that for her. We want this to be a very comfortable experience overall. Let's give that a good scratch. Come to the other side. Took a little bit for her to let me come past, but she managed. And in this, I'm going to do the minimum. If I felt like she wasn't listening and she was going to wander on and do stuff, can you please leave? There you go. Then I'd probably do a little bit more quieting work, a little bit of backup, a little bit of draw. But I don't feel the need to do the driving work that we see so often in the old school, what I consider the old school videos of making a horse's feet move. Now, it's an interesting argument about this idea of making a horse's feet move, because there are cases, obviously, when a horse should be moving their feet, and that's when you want them to. Not necessarily when they want to. When they really want to get walking around, it'd be best if you could have them find some peace and quiet with you. So if you have peace and quiet, then so should they. And the quieter you get, the more you can sort of whisper and be pretty quiet about it all, the better they'll get, at least in my opinion. my experience. Annie, I know. I get it. Okay, there you go. There's a little bit of, okay, back up. And we get to work on our backup an awful lot, which is just fine. Okay, so that went well. Clean their eyes. All right, so we're gonna get the blanket on first, and I'm gonna do it without holding the rope. Just get her okay with having something flung over top of her. Okay, so let's bring her back. Always got to be quick with horses. Let's bring her back this way. There we go. So the movement that she had was towards me because of the thing on the other side of her. I'm just going to have her walk back this way. This is where the feet moving might be kind of good, because what we have is a bit of sticky feet, I guess we could call it, mostly through worry. So I'm going to kind of bring that worry up and down. Here's down. There we go. So come in a little closer and just be a little bit closer. I'll put a little, take a little bit of the worry out, hopefully. Okay. All right. Like it goes over top. That's pretty good. So I'm letting her have a little bit of movement because she's so dusty. Because it helps horses be a little bit free, and also I kind of want her to move a little bit. I don't want her to be stuck. She knows how to walk around her rope on the ground, so I'm okay with that part. But checking out whether or not this blanket's gonna be a bother to her is a good idea. There we go, that's a lot better. That feels better, looks better. Okay, so let's take a walk. Sun's coming out, that's nice. Okay, so I don't feel any weird, erratic sort of movements out of her whatsoever. So let's move on to the saddle. You'll know it. You'll know when. Annie, come over here, please. Good. Yeah, that's good. You'll know it when you're leading a horse around and they don't want to be with you. They just won't be with you. So sometimes if they've got something on them that's a real bother, then they won't pay attention to you as much. Since she's such a wanderer right now, sniffing everything that she can sniff, I'm just going to, I think we'll hold on to this time. Life is a bit squeezy around here with all of our stuff. So she's moving. That's okay. All right. So she's a little more jittery than last time, I feel. So we'll just give her a second. Calm that down maybe, if it's in there. Say, hey, can you look at me a little? And she just doesn't look like she's worried too much anymore. So let's get on with this part. That comes there. We'll tuck it under and see if there's any bother. There's no bother so far. A lot of blinking. Just checking things out. Okay, we'll grab that. keep an eye on things. In this case, I've got my lead in my hand. Like I said, if she wants to wander, I'd rather her not. But I might go with her if I felt like I really had to. Okay. Step backwards was interesting, but maybe she's just setting herself. So far, so good. Okay. So it's a little bit of backwards movements. Let's bring her forward. Just say, I don't really want you moving backwards all over the place. Saddle's a little off balance. I'll twist it back this way. Give it a little movement. See how loose it is. It's quite loose. We'll put it up one more and one more again. So I think it's a little tighter than the last time. All right, so let's make a little space here. Put that there. And today's work is going to be kind of interesting, I think, for me. Maybe not for you guys, I don't know, hard to tell. So we've got a little worry, but I'm hoping to put just a tiny bit of worry in her because can't have her calm all the time. I'm just kidding. We do want her calm all the time, but I want to be able to put a little bit in there and then take it back out and keep practicing that. So it's not a lot of worry. Hello, Annie, you're doing great. But it is a little bit. So I'll shake this around again a little more. She says, that's kind of weird. Oh, yeah. And let's wander on. Oh, she's a little stuck. Walking is a fantastic exercise. Obviously, we went through the forest quite nicely. Just walking, so we'll probably do that again today because I think it's a good idea. Come on. And lead her around with this thing on her back. It's good. Okay, a little bit of driving exercise since leading's going fine. Annie, go around the barrel, please. Go. Thank you. Keep going. Good. She likes the smells in here. They really interest her. Around the barrel, again, you can use a barrel as a bit of protection if you feel like there's some kind of worry. But ideally, we just wouldn't have that worry. So let's keep going and we'll switch sides in a second here. Like so. And around the other way. It's really important to work both sides. I was talking to my vet the other day. I said, what do you think about the idea that the horse's brain is really separated out? And he said, I don't know, but I just treat it that way just in case. There's some different pools of thought. Off of me, please. Off, off. Off. Thank you. When I'm saying off to her and I'm getting kind of big and I'll shake around, I won't try to hit her of any sorts, but if her head sort of stays while I'm moving it, then go around the stairs. You know, I'll just get big. So you might not be able to see that so well from that camera angle, but I'll just be doing this. I'll just be getting big and shaking. And she should wander on and then I can pet her a little bit, say, thanks, I really need you out of my way. Now go through those barrels. Let's go. So I'll block so she doesn't cut in front. Walk with her, because we're driving here. And the idea being that soon, maybe not today, we'll see. Good. I will be walking beside her and essentially riding from the ground. I had a great question come through on, well, a couple people. Stop it, Annie. Don't keep licking everything. It's weird. Great question that came through on when Annie should be ridden and also why am I starting this so early? And I thought, it's not that early, but maybe it is. And Annie's really handling a lot of her work quite well. we're not getting excited. She's not bucking. She's not going crazy. I'm not chasing her all over the place. I'm encouraging movement. I'm encouraging turns. These are all things that a horse younger than her should have sorted out. We just happen to be doing it with this saddle. So when am I going to start her riding? I'm probably never going to start her riding unless some way, somehow I win a lottery or something. He's great. You see how well she sort of draws inwards and it doesn't take a lot? She's wonderful. Really nice. But I don't think horses should be started anytime earlier than 3, 4 kind of idea. 3 is very early. I mean, at 3 years old, you could probably sort of sit up top, you know. We'll do a bit of this today. So she's really worried about that noise. But at about 3, you could probably sit and then leave. Don't need to ride. 4 years old, you could probably get some smaller rides in. 5, you can get some okay rides in, and from that point forward, you'd probably okay, so I'm going to ask her to stop while I do this. Good. So I'm not doing it to make her move. I'm actually just creating that vibration and noise to get her used to the idea that people are going to come up and they're going to pat this thing and they're going to make some noise, and she's kind of flinchy and she's just going to learn to, come here. I know. She's going to learn to stay. Come here. Yeah. And not get so worried. We don't want her worried. And we'll just keep practicing that side to side. And see if there's any trouble either way. Now my left hand, the hand that's got the lead in it, isn't doing anything. You want to be cautious about reaching over, just like we did with the blanket where she came towards me and I had to block her. If we reach over, she's got to pay attention to this side of her body. You see, it's very flinchy. And she'll be inclined to come my way. So I really want to work on that carefully, not get stepped on. We can move the stirrups a little. So she's a little up, she's kind of stiff, you can see that. We want to take that out, so we'll just draw. Drawing is a fantastic way to sort of take some stress out of a horse. Just say, come to me. It's a safe place here if you come. And that's why that I believe that connection really matters, where you've got a steady relationship. You've got a steady sort of set of patterns that just says, come be with me, it's a safe place. Whereas there's plenty of times we watch and we see that there's very good reasons why the horses don't want to be anywhere near the people that are training them. A lot of drive, a lot of maybe anger, maybe, I don't know. It doesn't matter. So let's bug her a little bit more. I'm gonna put a little worry in her. Maybe. Hello, Annie. But yeah, you're doing okay. I actually, I don't need that. I think I'm gonna put some worry in and take some worry out. You play with that cinch, it's an important thing to play with. I could probably do it up one more, actually. I'm gonna do it up one more. And make sure that that saddle's pretty darn secure on there. He's not gonna get out of it. Okay, so we're working through things kind of quickly. I'm gonna scratch your butt a little bit. So all of the things that I do with her without a saddle on, I do with her with a saddle on. So, oh my goodness, she's really shedding. I have to de-shed her a little bit later on. Okay, so let's see if she draws. That's not bad, she's slightly late. Let's go around. I'm gonna pick up the pace a little, walk a little quicker. Might even jog on our way up. There's deer track in here. It's cool. I don't think she'll come with me if I jog, but let's see. Oh, she did. Fantastic. Try again. Like I thought she would stop. Let's keep trying that, because actually that feels pretty good. Let's go down. So there's resistance. She doesn't want to. There we go. So So I'll keep an eye on her a little bit, because sometimes when you trot, those stirrups, they bang. And so somebody might say, well, maybe you should put the stirrups up so they don't bump. But I've never had a need for that. I always keep them down because it's a good idea that they bump around a little. Let's get her moving. We could take her off the lead and sort of drive her a bit around, but I really think it's important to draw. She'll come with me past the camera. There we go. And down. Come on, Annie. So she's resistant to trotting. Oh, I think we have something. Yeah. So she's resistant to trotting because she's a little worried. So I'm going to reassure her, but now we're going to do a little drive and see if I can get a trot from a drive, and I'll go with her. Up. There we go. Good. Keep it slow. I'm trying to trot with her. When she checks in with me, I check back. Oh, that's a good draw. So she comes. Good. Scratch. Yeah. Okay, let's give her a minute or two to take a breather. We'll see her facial reaction as she has a think on what's going on. It's a big deal. She just goes and sniffs some stuff. Just sniffing the barrel now and nudging it a bit. Good girl, Annie. Good girl. Yeah. So that's nice. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do just a tiny bit of, and we'll extend this on the next session. So I want her to come up to me at the stairs here sideways and just walk up like it's nothing. I'll give her some scratches as she makes her way. I've got some stairs that have got a bit of length to them, so I can get her up here and then I can come all the way back here and rub her. All right, well, let's start right now. I'm just kidding. But I could. She's in a perfect position. I might bump the saddle a little while she's here. She says, well, I better move my butt out. So this is a great place to start practicing some more groundwork. I'll send her, turn her, send her back and around. And it's great because now I get to work the other side of her. If she'll come around, draw, scratch. She's a little far, but I'll take this for what it is. She's here. Go rub underneath that saddle pad. That'd be good for her too. Move the saddle around a little. She says, no problem. Okay, travel on, please. Good girl. A little more. Great. Come on back. Turn around. Whoop, too far. Turn around. Come back to me. I'm going to make this mounting block a friendly place. Come around. Oh, good. Good. Up. No. That's going to make you walk up on me. So I'll drive her off of this edge. Just a little bit of action, but not too much or she'll leave. There. Draw her forward. She's left. So No problem. Draw her back. Ooh. Oh, perfect. Good job, Annie. And so we kind of take whatever we can get. Remember, she's 2, not even 2. So she's really handling this well. I'm quite impressed. I think that she's got her thoughts together quite nicely. I'd like it if she were to relax just a bit. Oh, there, I put the rope on the saddle a little bit so she flinched. This is not a rush. Uh-oh, I put some hair on my face. This is not a rush situation. If she leaves, I just keep asking her back quietly. And you can do this with older horses too. Oh, good girl. Very good. Give them a hug. Tell them they're amazing horses. All right, come on up, please. Find your way up. Good girl. Good girl. Just like that. Always with the scratches. Put in a little stimulus, scratch. A little stimulus, scratch. Rub underneath that saddle pad. It bothers them. Bump, bump, scratch. Bump, bump, scratch. Pretty soon that bump, bump will mean scratch. Look, she almost moved and then didn't. And that's pretty good. I don't have any problems with that. I think that I might leave her with that outside of our walk that we're going to take out on the trails. And that's great progress for little Annie. Day 2. She's got some flinchy bits here and there still, but the longer we do this, the more days in a row that we do this, the amount of time we sort of spend on this, obviously, this will all go away, and pretty soon having a saddle on and having it bumped and moved and the stirrups moving and all that stuff will just, it'll be nothing. She doesn't care. Come here. Come here. Good. So I'm really looking forward to see how this goes over the next little bit. I think that she's just going to handle this like a champ. Oh, don't touch. Don't touch, you'll knock everything over. Back up. We get to work on our backup. It's fantastic. Just little bits and pieces. And a nice quiet horse. So that's it for this one. Hopefully it's been interesting. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know anytime. And I'll see you guys in the next training session.